Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily SIDW, the Semi-Intellectual Dark Web. That's this group's a daily video I'm going to try to produce most days. I may not get to it some days. I'm really going to try hard to get a daily video out to everybody, telling you my thoughts on the news of the day, or just a topic that's really close to my heart, or maybe multiple topics depending on what's going on. Today I wanted to talk about universal basic income. Andrew Yang, a Democratic presidential candidate, has, introduced this idea. Well, not introduced it, but reintroduced this idea of a freedom dividend or a universal basic income for all Americans aged 18 to 64. And it's really intrigued me because the more I've learned about it, the more I've liked it. Thomas Paine, one of the founding fathers, was a champion of a guaranteed minimum income. Milton Friedman, of course, the famous 20th century conservative economist. I posted a video in the group's timeline yesterday. I would advise everybody, conservative, liberal, far left, to look at that, and it provides a really excellent case for universal basic income. Now, I understand there's going to be a lot of detractors to this. The reason that it's intrigued me mostly is because I see, and I think a lot of other guys here sees the coming automation and AI that's going to be taking a lot of jobs coming up. Andrew Yang estimates 3 to 5 million jobs within 10 years will be taken up by AI or automation. Walmart just laid off, I think, something like 5,000 employees recently. So they're going to replace some of their floor cleaning people with robots. I know that's a drop in the bucket, but when these self-driving cars and self-driving trucks hit the markets in the next couple of years, you're going to start seeing a lot of truck drivers. Uber and Lyft are going to go entirely to self-driving cars within 5 years. It just makes too much sense for their bottom line. What are all these people, these truck drivers? Retail is going away, guys. Retail is not here to stay. There's going to be some, Walmart, the big ones, the grocery stores. They're going to stick around. But, Kroger's maybe, some of the, there might be some bigger chains that I'm unaware of throughout the country. But guys, retail is going away. It's going to be all online. It just makes too much sense for the company's bottom line. If you wouldn't have to pay the overhead of having employees in retail stores and make so much more profit, especially with people trying to make $15 an hour minimum wages, let's leave that alone. Let's leave the minimum wage alone. Let's don't touch it. I'm not a big advocate for minimum wage. I'd much rather have a universal basic income than a minimum wage, because with that universal basic income, people are going to spend it. They're going to spend it, and the economy will grow because of that. How many of you out there could use an additional $1,000 a month on top of what you're already making? And if you're a family, how about $2,000 for a husband and wife? How much of a difference would that make in your lives? Now, again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's the solution and it's the magic bullet. I'm not saying that, guys. What I'm saying is that we can't go and tell these truck drivers, hey, learn to code, guys. We can't do that. Studies have shown, and I probably should have done a little bit of research on this, but I'm pretty sure studies have shown that people don't retrain to a new job. If a coal miner loses his job, he doesn't learn to code and go be a computer programmer. He just sits at home and he goes on disability, or he files for unemployment, or he files for some other type of government assistance. So why not, give him something to fall back on while he's searching for that new career? Give him the time he needs. That $1,000 is not gonna change anybody's life, but it's gonna make a lot of lives better. And it's opt-in, guys. It's not somebody's thrusting upon you. I really think that everybody should take a hard look at it. I understand there's going to be a lot of negativity about it. And another thing that's going to make it difficult for a lot of people to get on board it is the value added tax that we'd have to institute to get it on to pay for it, to make it revenue neutral, or at least close to revenue neutral. Because right now, Google, Facebook, Netflix, Amazon pay zero in federal taxes. Zero. Is that okay? That's not okay. But I'm not saying slap them with a big giant corporate tax that's going to blunt their growth. But just take a sliver of each transaction in a value-added tax. Don't even put it as high as Europe's. Just put it about half of what Europe's is, and that would generate almost $1 trillion a year in additional revenue. Wouldn't blunt growth. Wouldn't blunt startups from being able to. They wouldn't have to pay a bunch of money in taxes every year. They're just going to pay a sliver of each transaction. I'm not a big tax guy, guys. I'm not. I don't love taxes, but I don't also love it when some companies are winners and others are losers because the government has given them loopholes or subsidies or things like that to where they pay nothing in taxes. That's just wrong. They should, people should pay something, especially Amazon. Amazon's got to pay something, guys. And if it can help, stave off, an economic depression from what people are calling the fourth industrial revolution that's coming with AI and automation, let's try and see if we can do that. Now, again, I'm not saying that this is something that we should do forever. I'm saying this has got to be instituted as a stopgap measure over the next 10 to 20 years, maybe even longer, depending on how quickly AI evolves. I think it's a good idea. I think it's something we should look into. Again, please, I posted this yesterday. It's the conservative case for universal basic income from Milton Friedman. It's a post I made yesterday. I would love everybody to watch it. Comment on this video. Comment on that post I made. Tell me why you think Milton Friedman is wrong. One of the best economists in the world of all time. Tell him why he's wrong. All right, guys. Thank you very much, and I appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon.